What's going on, people? Good morning. Welcome to United View and welcome to another transfer view, another day where a player hasn't technically signed yet, but they're on their way. We've got Onana news. It's getting a bit confusing. It's getting a bit convoluted.
I tell you what, Flex. You're mad dub settings, yeah? Kung Fu Fleck started off.
Yeah, Kung Fu Fleck. Is it catching up?
Yeah. I don't know. And you know what it is? Some people might be asking, people might be saying, why were you on the thumbnail for ages? It's because Fleck's having the Virgin Fleck this morning. He's having some Virgin Fleck issues.
Yeah.
We clicked live and then it all went crazy. So I don't know.
It's a bit
It'll be interesting to see what the chat says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think I'm all right.
Are you okay? Well, maybe it's my headphones.
No, I'm looking. It's all right. I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm looking on the main.
Okay. They're saying it's okay.
It's just you. It's just you.
I don't know then. It's Owen's headphones.
You're out of sync.
Wow.
Disgrace, cheats.
As long as it's good, yeah. Because the last 5 minutes have been dicey, to say the least.
Yeah, and I can I can see why you would think that because with what just happened 2 minutes ago, that would make sense.
Now Now I'm caught up in my headphones.
Oh, now you're caught up, right? We were there before, Owen. We were there. Yeah, we were there.
Happy 4th of July, by the way, guys, as well, to all the American viewers out there too. I don't know if you've had this, Fleck. I was very angry last night. I said you were very angry.
Why was you? I know. Explain to the people why you was very. Because I know why you was very angry.
Right. First of all, big up Rio Ferdinand, because I'm not having a go. Right. I'm not having a go at Rio Ferdinand. He was on the train platform. What was that? 2 or 3 weeks ago, something like that, saying that he had heard stuff was imminent and then all that kind of stuff. People went crazy. And that day, in fairness as well, the 92 Foundation's UK company was formed, all that kind of stuff. But eventually, look, nothing happened. So they did a video yesterday and they were saying, oh, tomorrow we're here in blah, 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 which is cool because I'm not going to doubt Rio Ferdinand. I definitely probably has people within the club and hear things and stuff does change. Fine. What annoys me is the chances on social media. Go on your Twitter now. And if you click on that For You tab, 30 seconds, you'll see like 4 or 5 accounts, that will just be eyes emoji Qatar, alert Qatar. I saw 3 ones to say the same thing. It's happening, Qatar flag. And everyone, no one knows nothing. No one knows nothing about this whole thing, particularly those accounts. Do you know why they know nothing? Because when something does actually happen, so Bloomberg puts out an article, they weren't first on that one, were they? They weren't first when that happened. They didn't go, oh, this is going to happen. No, they're too busy putting eyeball emojis or sand timer, countdown. Come on. We've done this. How many times have we done this? And the thing is, something might happen today and they'll be like, see? And then you point to all the other times you go, how many eyeball emojis do you want to use? Oh.
So how do you feel about the takeover?
It's so
people,
stupid.
How do you...
Yeah. I mean, it just... Honest.
What they think? Bullshit. They think it's happening. They think it's happening.
It might be, but it's just like, can we stop with the eyeball emojis? Can we stop with the?
So is it specific the eyeball emojis? Do you want them to use a different emoji instead?
No, because it's everything. Eyeball emojis, hourglass, whatever they said. It's not a sand timer. You know,
the clock. The alarm clock.
Dot. Qatar flag.
Everyone's putting eyes in the chat, though. Are you angry at them?
I'm not angry at them because they're not professing themselves to be in the know about the Qatari takeover or anything like that. Oh, my God. It's happening tomorrow. And everyone took a step back and went, wait a minute. So it's going to happen tomorrow, yeah? It's the 4th of July. From the stock market, but it's closed. Nothing can officially happen tomorrow. Not to say a story won't come out today. A story could come out today. And maybe saying that something's going to happen tomorrow.
Maybe that's what they mean. Maybe that's what they mean.
Maybe they got.
We have to wait to the end. I think, Owen, before you get fully angry, well, you're already fully angry. I feel like you should wait for the 24 hours to pass today and let us go into the 5th of June. The 5th of July at 00:01, and then you can
I'd love it. No, I'd love it if something did happen today. Of course, I want something to happen. But again, it's more like just the people that clearly don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't know. Like literally, I could go on there. This is what's wild about Twitter at the moment. Well, there's a lot wild about Twitter at the moment. I could go on Twitter now. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go on Twitter now, and all I'm going to do, right? Let's do an experiment, guys. It's 9:07. I'm going to go on Twitter. I'm going to do eyeball emoji and Qatar. By the end of the show, let's see how many likes on that I've got. Let's have a look.
No. Owen's
eyeball emoji, flag. Shall I put a timer on there?
And you got to put a hashtag. What you got to do?
Other than I'll put MUFC at the end of it.
Owen's doing. This has really pissed you off, isn't it?
Hashtag MUFC. Let's have a look.
Shall I retweet it?
I don't want to bring down your credibility for it.
All right, okay. I'm not gonna.
Because when it doesn't happen, people will be like, "See, you don't know shit, mate." I know.
Yeah, you won't. The irony of the internet is you won't get to go back and say, "Mate, I was doing an experiment. I was live at that time, trying to show people like what would happen."
Well, 10 seconds in, we're already at 10 likes.
To be fair, this could be amazing with showing people how it works. Like, so you do that.
Let's have a look.
Bloody hell, they're flying up 4 retweets already. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Owen. A few comments. Dean says Owen knows something. World United says in the know. Qatar.
Yeah.
Scan's got the eyes. Ashley says first. Oh, I think there's people actually coming from the stream, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. But this is how social media works. Stuff snowballs, doesn't it? So we'll have a look. I'll keep an eye on that to the end of the show.
Tell you what, your interactions are flying up, mate. Yeah, look. Well, we'll keep an eye on it. Owen's social experiment. While that is happening, we have got a lot to talk about. We're going to be talking about Andre Onana, no Saudi move. We're going to be talking about a 40 million euros bid that has been submitted. Some people think it hasn't. DiMarzio claims that it has. Some people question the credibility of DiMarzio these days. Inter Milan do want the 50 million. That's what we do know. And Andre Onana does want the move. And no official deadline as well. Also, there's been a Fabrizio Romano tweet saying that Mason Mount will be announced imminently. And I think there could be an Ornstein tweet, which we'll just check right now. But a lot to get into. Onana, Owen.
Yeah.
The Saudi thing.
What's his name? No, yes.
No, I wasn't.
Onana. So there was a report yesterday. Oh, I forget his name. He's from CBS Sports. And he was saying they were running with it as an exclusive, saying that Al Nassr were interested in Andre Onana. And obviously, Onana's reportedly Manchester United's top goalkeeping target this summer, if indeed they decide to replace David De Gea. So there was a bit of concern, rightfully so, I think, from some United fans saying, wow, obviously they can offer more money than us. They can offer a bigger contract than us. What does Onana want? Because if it becomes a financial thing, then we might be in a bit of big trouble. But this morning, La Gazzetta dello Sport in Italy are saying there has been no bid or contact from Saudi Arabia to Inter Milan for Andre Onana. There is a willingness between all parties to agree a deal with Manchester United soon. Onana wishes to join United. Now, late last night also, Flex, and again, this is kind of depending on who you believe, Alfredo Padula was saying that Manchester United have submitted their first bid for Andre Onana. The offer is 40 million euros plus 5 million euros in add-ons. Inter are asking for a base package of 50 million euros with achievable add-ons to get closer to the 16 million euro package. The contacts between Manchester United and Inter Milan will continue. United have several plan B options, but evidently Ten Hag considers Onana a priority. Inter have not set an official deadline, but the tendency is not to wait beyond July the 20th, which is, 16 days away, just over a couple of weeks. Gianluca DiMarzio also kind of built on this, also saying that Manchester United have offered 40 million euros for Andre Onana, but could increase their offer in the coming days. Now, to be honest, Flex, I half expect today to hear something to say no bid's gone in or anything like that yet, because we've heard so much about that with Onana and Højlund in the last couple of days of bids gone in, and then like Romano or Ornstein said, no, there hasn't been a bid yet. There are talks, but there's been no bid yet. So what do you think about the possibility of a bid actually having gone in? And does it reassure you a little bit that this Saudi thing maybe wasn't as true as once thought?
Well, before I give you my answer to that, I'm just going to do all the super chats because they were from just the beginning. Aminor says, Owen, did you see Rio Ferdinand saying take over today? As you saw, Owen was very expressionate about that and has a social experiment live on Twitter right now. Hanson, been a member for 12 months, says, morning all, hope for some news today, with the eye emoji that will make Owen very angry. Descendant of the first crackhead says, it's happening on Thursday. It feels different. And Inaki is the latest member of the United View. Welcome to the Members Club. Big up to you. And Ray Carl Brown Amori says we need to sort out the goalkeeping. Only United go in the summer without a number one position. And Lil Yoga says the square root of 69 is 8 something, right? Because I've been trying to work it out. By the way, eyes emoji. Owen, don't lie. Your sources are sourcing. So those are the super chats.
Well, look, I'm blowing up on Twitter, mate. I'm telling you now. I'm getting comments such as from @United Ericsson. You don't know shit, mate. No, I don't. I don't.
Which is the whole point. In the irony of this. Where was we? Onana. It's quite confusing, isn't it? Not that we're concrete in for him. I've never changed my mind on that. And I do think we'll get him. But in terms of nailing down, has this bid actually gone in? I think, you know what, in hindsight, because even I got excited when DiMarzio put it up yesterday. And it's true. Some people are like, he's not that credible anymore. He's not the guy anymore. He used to be. He was like the Romano before the Romano. He was like one of the first ones to really be doing that. And I'm not saying he's lying. I'm not saying he doesn't have sources anymore and all of a sudden he doesn't know anyone. Because when he does attach his name to something, your eyes do go, okay. But I think the truth is that if a bid was in for Onana, me personally, I think I'm only going to be comfortable when it's unanimously reported across the board from the strong candidates, Romano, Ornstein, maybe even Ben Jacobs, Luckhurst. I think when it filters down to the guys in the presser, then it's 1,000,000% true. Like in terms of a bid's gone in or a fee's been agreed. Because when Simon Stone and Luckhurst and Laurie Whitwell and Rob Dawson, they don't really get involved in trying to be the first to break the transfer news. They hear the stuff and then call in to the club and then get it. So I'm waiting for them to kind of get involved. More so Ornstein Romano. So has a bid gone in? I mean, what this is claiming, like Owen said, is that he has turned down Saudi and he has chosen Man United. I think it's true because I think that we're in good negotiation space to try and get Onana, and I do think he wants to come. But I can't, hand on heart, say, yeah, he's definitely turned down Saudi. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I could just go off my gut. My gut is I think we'll get Andre Onana. That's why, and I think we are. I think for the Inter president to say it or the CEO to say it the other day, that they do want him. They've made that clear. We're waiting for their first bid and we'll talk. I think we'll get him. And then we get the stuff about the valuation. Fair enough. It's the same with the Mount thing. You go in at that and there will be a middle ground. I think it'll be the same. I think it'll be exactly the same as the Mount transfer. They want 60 million euros. We've bid 40 million euros and we'll get him for 45 plus add-ons. Something like that. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Carbon copy of Mason Mount.
Yeah, I agree. I think that there is a middle ground to be met here. As I've said before, I think it's actually decent money for a keeper that
definitely
was on a free last year, but has got so many years left on his contract. Champions League final goalkeeper. Ten Hag knows him as well. So I mean, you'd be very surprised if there hadn't been some kind of sort of informal communication between Ten Hag and Onana, wouldn't you? Surely they'd have spoken a few times. And I, to be honest, I'm not sure that Onana would have thought, when he moved to Inter Milan on a free last year, signed a 4-year deal, he probably assumed I'm going to be in Italy for the remainder of my career, or at least a long part of it now. I don't think he ever anticipated going to Manchester United a year later. And you'd be
No.
like, oh my god,
Yeah, for him,
gosh.
it's like,
So
I've got to do it. It's Man United.
yeah,
It's Ten Hag, I've got to go.
exactly. So, of course, he would want that move, and obviously, United have their financial issues in terms of FFP, and like we saw with Chelsea, they won't want to be taken for a mug, and they'll drive a hard bargain. Certainly, John Murto will, but I agree with you. I feel like this one's going to get done. What is going to be interesting to see is once this David De Gea decision or situation is resolved, and they are saying it's going to be, I guess, this week at some point. Once that does get resolved, how quickly does this one happen? Like, how much groundwork have United actually done? Like, is it going to be a case? Is it going to be a case of like, okay, we've made the decision, De Gea, you're going, like an announcement's made, and then like a couple of days later, we get here we go from Romano sort of thing.
Oh yeah. Oh no, how rude of me. I literally forgot about that. I literally, because I'm just in this moment, I'm just thinking about Onana. So I'm like, oh yeah, like they will sign. Because I was thinking, I don't think negotiations will take too long, even though it looks like they're taking too long because we haven't officially put a bid in yet. I think it's because they're just doing the groundwork to know what first bid to put in and then the middle ground. But I think, like we're saying, my bet is that he wants to come, and that bit what you said there about a year later after the Ajax situation, the ban that he had, to go to Inter Milan on as a free agent, and you're like, he has this amazing season. They get to the Champions League final, and it puts him in this window, doesn't it? Not really, to be fair, a surprising window because Erik ten Hag has known him all along, but it puts him in this kind of global window. You played in the biggest game in club football, so everyone was watching that day, and everyone saw what he did. And if you're a casual fan and not really seen much of him, you would have left that game saying, "Tell you what, Inter Milan did okay. They did better than we thought, and this, that, and the other." And you would have said, "And that keeper, he looked really confident. He's been advertised now, hasn't he?"
Yeah.
But to be fair, it didn't really matter because Erik ten Hag knows him already. So I agree with what you're saying. He would be thinking, bloody hell, like what a. He says he believes in God and stuff like that. He sees a God-fearing man, and I think from his side, and this is me just being presumptuous, but from a God-fearing man like he is, when he was saying that stuff about Haaland, you can tell what his mentality is. He's probably thinking, wow, like God's blessed me. Like I was in turmoil in a long, lengthy ban, and it wasn't very good. Didn't know what was going to happen to him. Goes to Inter Milan, they get to a Champions League final. Who won the league last year? AC. No, Napoli. They did. Oh, Napoli. Sorry, Napoli. Yeah. So yeah, didn't win the league, but everyone thought Napoli would be the ones out of the Italian side to go far in the Champions League. It wasn't. They knocked out their rivals, in the derby, and they found themselves in the Champions League final. So yeah, I think he can't believe his luck, and he's like, I think he would be thinking, after all of that, I can end up at Manchester United with the manager that had the faith in me in the first place before it went a bit wrong. That's amazing. Yeah. I've got to go. I can't turn that down. So I think he really wants to come.
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, I think the only thing for United and the whole goalkeeping situation at the moment is just centered around what they want to, how they're going to manage the David De Gea situation. And as I said before, I still think also they're still trying to get the calculators out and the abacus and all that kind of stuff and being like, how much money do we actually have? And how much can we stretch here? And if David leaves, how much does that mean? And we get Onana. Can we actually afford Onana and get a striker? I still think they're trying to figure that all out. And logically, any other club would just go, okay, we'll get Onana and we're going to sell players. We're selling players. They'll do like Chelsea, but they'll go, look, we need money. Let's just get rid of all these players. We know we can get money for these players. Let's do it. United, as of right now, I mean, I know it's still fairly early in the window, but it's the 4th of July. We've sold Zidane Iqbal. Is there anyone else close in terms of exiting the door?
Maybe
that
Fred.
We know, like that we really know where they're going. But Fred, even with the Fred one, like you wouldn't be totally surprised if it gets to the end of the window and they go, "Oh, it didn't really work out that Fulham move, did it?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, because of our player wages and
Ethan Laird,
Ethan Laird. Our players, he went Birmingham, didn't he? Our players, like they have to sign up to it, don't they? Like being at Man United and then you leave, most players it's only down from there. So and they're on big money. So they have every incentive. I know you can talk about footballing reasons, But for family and security reasons, if you've got a couple of years left on that money, you go, I'll ride it out, and I'll be a sporadic squad player. It's not a problem. I'll ride it out. There'll be games where you need me. Someone's going to get injured. I'll chance it. Like, you know what I mean? If you're Fred, you can think that. You can. We always think we just want to clear these players out because we need space for others. But you reap what you sow. Eric Ten Hag is footing the bill for all of the mistakes that we've made in the last, obviously you could say last 10 years, but in terms of the players that are on the last sort of 4-year contracts that got given, he's got to clear that up. He's feeling the effects of that. And that's why Harry Maguire, people like that, I know I'm thinking Euros is coming up, mate. You can't have another season like last year. Surely not. But you never know. He might speak to Gareth Southgate, and Gareth Southgate might say, we don't know the types of conversations. I'm just making this up, yeah, but just let me know if you think this could be impossible, Owen, yeah? He speaks to Gareth Southgate on a personal and says, listen, money's good, family, I just want to ride it out one more year because, I don't know where my next massive contract's going to go from, Gaffer. I'll play where I can, but I always do a job for you. What if Gareth says, I've been a player, I know what it's like. You'll be in the squad, don't worry. Gives him a bit of reassurance.
That's problem with Gareth Southgate. I'm not a Gareth Southgate guy. As I've said before,
I could see him doing that.
He's not the right guy for the job. He is wasting another England sort of golden generation of the players we've got. How we didn't win the Euros when they're essentially a home tournament and we had an easy run in it, I still don't understand to this day. We lost to an Italy team in the final that didn't even qualify for the World Cup afterwards. We went 1-0 up. We did basically the same match we did against Croatia 3 years earlier at the World Cup. I don't get it. And if Gareth Southgate did say that to Harry Maguire, I'd be like, mate, I understand, you've brought a good feeling back to the England squad, but come on, pick players who are playing. Pick players you can't go into a tournament, an international tournament, European tournament against good sides, but people in that tournament could be like France, whoever it may be, and then be like, oh, we're going to play Harry Maguire at centre back. How many games has he played? Not many over 2 years. That's crazy.
Yeah, because the sample size of not playing will be even bigger then.
Yeah, it's one thing after one season, because you go, well, one season. But for 2 seasons, I said almost my prediction for Harry Maguire is he'll use what is known as the Jesse Lingard loophole, which is don't play for the first half of the season, go out on loan in January, and then get into the squad that way. I think that's what he'll do. And then he remains a United player.
But the mad thing is,
we're dealing with the sins of the past.
Yeah,
we're dealing with the sins of the past because, Harry Maguire's what's he on, 200k a week, maybe more than that? No one's giving him 200k a week. No chance.
Him going on loan would be probably the worst thing as well, because we can say it'd be good because we get him out or it's the start, but to have to compensate some of his wages or half of it when he ain't even there, it doesn't help us. We need to sell him. We need to. That just prolongs the problem. At the same time as giving him something, what he wants. And again, he would have the power because he's saying, I ain't leaving. Yeah. And then you go, and then Eric might go, that's bad for the group. He's not really integrated. I'm not saying he's going to rebel and be a horror. I don't think he's that guy, but Eric might just say, okay, well, if West Ham coming from on loan in January, let him go because I'd rather have what's going on here. This is where we are by January. We've done really well. I need people buying in. Just get rid of him. Eric probably won't care about financials because he's football. So he might see it as a good move, but not for me, man. We have to sell him. So back to the original, what we're saying is players have to agree to go. And when you're at Man United and you are going to be let go, let's be honest, no offense, it means you haven't been very good. It means you couldn't cut the mustard. You ain't going to go up from there. Very rarely. I know Man United get a lot of things wrong, to be fair, in terms of, transfers, but they very rarely let someone go and then they turn out to be amazing and go upwards. Yeah, people like Darmian can leave, go to Inter and stuff like that and end up in a Champions League final later on, or Mkhitaryan. But essentially, those guys aren't at the top of the game, is what my point is. So them players who leave, so if you're Fred, if you're McTominay, if you're Maguire, it's a bit different for Tellers and Bailly because they know there's no way back. But if you're these type of players that have been in and around our first team recently, you're thinking more than twice about what happens before you leave. It's not just as easy as, but I want to play football. I just want to go, I want to play football. Your agent saying to you, listen, once you leave Man United, to get back up to a club this size or somewhere near the top, you're going to have to do something ridiculous at, say, Fulham or West Ham. It's probably not going to happen. I can't sell you again that high. So just know you and your family and stuff, the security that you got, plan around that because you're going to be on half the money now, probably for the rest of your career. That's a big decision to make. And ex-pros tell me, they say they advise other players, stay at the top for the longest possible time. Even if you're not quite playing, you still play. You're still at Man United. You're still on big P's. You still got that security where you got the power, and we've created that. We've created that. We've created players and an environment for players to say, just sit on it, mates. Man United. I'll be on the tours, big pays, paychecks. Especially if the team starts doing all right again. The mad thing, I'll probably get bonuses in the Champions League, mate. Wages might have just gone up. Harry Maguire's wages might have just gone up.
Yeah, and someone like Harry Maguire too, we've seen his mentality and his personality in interviews that he's done. This is a guy that on several occasions has come out and said, I don't feel like I've got anything to prove. All the past managers have picked me, so I know how good I am. I'm sure he's like, I'm still Man United captain. They'll see. Eventually, they'll see. And that's maybe where it's on Erik ten Hag to actually, lay it down to him and be like, mate, like, you need to go. I want to bring people in. You're on too high of a wage. Like, you almost need to make your position really, really clear. Maybe, he's made his position clear in the sense of you're not my number one choice, but some people react differently because they go, right, well, I'm going to fight. As long as I've got a contract, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to fight. Maybe Ten Hag himself has to make it clear enough to be like, okay, maybe I misjudged this guy's personality. Because some players, if you say to them, you're not my number one choice, they go, well, I better leave.
I'm off.
I'll go.
Exactly.
Whereas
at
some
most
players,
other clubs, it happens.
Yeah,
but at the top of the Premier League, they think twice.
Some players go, I'll see if I can fight it out. They need to, Ten Hag and John Murtough need to go up to Harry Maguire and say, you need to go for the sake of United, for the sake of our progression, and for the sake of your career. And then Gareth Southgate needs to pick up the phone and say, if you don't have another season of not playing, I'm not going to pick you. And Harry Maguire's, 29, 30, something like that. How many more major international tournaments have you got? Because, you've got to figure it out. And then again, I can just see it come January. I'll get a loan to get football in, and then I'm going to play, and then I'll go to the Euros. And they'll be like, "See,
that'll be mental." Just quickly to get the super chats out as we go along. Lil Yo-Yo was actually doing the songs from What's My Name, actually.
Oh wow!
When he says the square root of 69 is 8 something, right? Because I'll be trying to work it out. Oh, by the way, yeah, I get it now. When I was reading it, I forgot that it was the words to the song. So Lil Yo-Yo, yes, that's the song, mate. That's the song is the song, Owen. Lil Yo-Yo says, try quoting lyrics from What's My Name tune. Yeah, I get it now. Big up to you. Owen Style Advisor says, for all the hateful comments about David De Gea, Cam needs a Ric Flair chop. Woo! Get that on your soundboard, Owen. Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have a Ric Flair, or do you?
I don't have a Ric Flair one.
That's insane. I thought you really would have that.
It was a controversial figure for like 18 months, so he sort of.
Oh, was there some? Oh, really?
There was some stuff. Yeah.
No comment. I don't know about the stuff. Well, but Ric Flair, Kurt Angle did it. He's good, isn't he?
It's not the same.
It's not the same. Copied it, didn't he? Yeah. Pull the straps down. It's not the same, but yeah, okay. Sachiv says, good evening, people. Why can't we sell players to Saudi Arabian clubs? Well, we need some offers to come in for them first. Ray Carl Brown says, I see what Erik ten Hag doing, bringing in strong mentality first with Mount with Champions League medal and a runner-up medal with Onana. I trust Ten Hag all the way. United We Are says, big up Flex and Owen and the whole United View family. Have a great day, people. Fist pump emoji, big up to you. And that's your first super chat as well. Yeah, big up to you. United We Are. Thank you for the contribution, and you have a blessed day as well. And Aminor says, I saw Maguire playing golf. Probably triple bogey. That's so rude. So the selling players, we were just discussing that and why it's so difficult. For us to want to do it, really, for them to want to do it. And that's why I think that's going to be a common theme throughout the whole transfer window, to be honest with you.
I have a question for you, Flex. Now, this was something that was brought up last night during the full view. Check it out. First full view in a few weeks with the full panel there. It was a lot of fun to get everyone's opinions. I felt like maybe I was in somewhat the minority because I said that I felt that we'd signed 3 players this summer. How many did you say? 4?
I think we'll get more than 3. Yeah, I think we'll get 4.
What do you think the four
At
will be
least.
then?
So we've already got the a midfielder in Mount. I think we'll get a keeper, which will probably be Onana. I think we'll get a striker, which obviously is looking like Rasmus Højlund. And I think the fourth is quite open to interpretation, really, isn't it? I think if there's movement, because it feels like we're not going to sell anyone, we're just not thinking that far ahead. Because I get why you're saying three, because three seems like the three that are on the cards, which are the bait, obvious three. It feels like we're not linked to anyone else really. The Amrabat thing's ticking away, but Lavia a bit. But the real free concrete is that. So, and we're not really looking to sell anyone as it stands. But as these things happen, you know what it's like in a transfer window. Things do transpire as it goes on. Could be late, could be when you don't expect it or whatever. But we will sell some people. Some people will go. Not all the ones we want, but we will get some money from sales, even if it's half of what we thought it was going to be. People like Bailly, Tellez, I think one of McTominay or Fred, and do I think Maguire's going to go?
Should I put Paul in the chat?
It's a hard one, isn't it? Because you think there's no way that he can't go. How could he not go? But he is quite capable, I think, of just doing the Man United stature thing. I'm still at Man United. Yeah, and if he stays, is Ten Hag going to take the captaincy off him, or do you think he'll just carry on as it was?
This is one of those polls that I'm going to put in the chat, and I want to try to say to people, vote with your head and not your heart. This isn't what you want to happen.
Yeah,
what do you think. What do you think will happen?
Yeah.
So
I think
the poll is in the chat for Maguire leave this summer.
Yeah, so we'll go back to Maguire in a sec. I just feel there'll be enough reserve just from selling the shrapnel, and that sounds rude, but it's true. Dean Henderson will go, might be like 15 million. You know what I mean? 15 to 20 million. Tellez and Bailly combined, at least 10 million. Yeah, so that's like 25. There's something there to get a little auxiliary midfielder or centre back. I just don't know who it will be.
The difference between our opinions here then is that you think that the money that's going to be raised is going to go to the fourth, whereas I think the money that's going to be raised is actually going to go to the third. And that's how we're going to get the third.
See, I think we can afford it all. I think we can afford the three.
As it stands without selling anyone.
Yeah, and the reason why I think that is because we knew it was going to have to be about 100 million for Harry Kane. And
well, did they? Or did they think they could get him for 80? Because there were the rumours that they were going to go for about 80, weren't there?
Maybe 80 to 100. I know 20 million to us is actually a lot, but around that, then there's no way Man United would have thought they could do a deal.
Because also as well, like the goalkeeper thing is fairly recent. Like, and because when they were planning for their summer transfer targets, like as of March, there was a contract offer on the table for David De Gea to stay as the number one. So this like decisions come fairly quickly, and I don't know if that's just because now they're sort of again they're going, how again if we do get the goalkeeper, how does that affect our sort of striking targets? But then I think they probably also thought, actually, to your point, those strikers that we were interested in, Kane, Osimhen, we knew they were going to be expensive, but they're not on the market anymore. So we're going to then go for this. Because remember, we were going to get two initially. We were going to get the main striker and the backup striker. And they've kind of thrown that main striker away and just going, we're just going to get the backup striker now, which is the Rasmus Højlund one. But the only problem they have with that, I think they thought they could get him for 40 million euros. And Atalanta are saying, no, we want significantly more than that. So my feeling is, and this is just guesswork, but that as I said before, we sign Mount, obviously, that could be announced today or tomorrow, something like that. We also then sign Onana with the budget we have. And then we go into sort of sell mode whilst also trying to do the Højlund deal. And then we move some players on, and that's when we get Højlund. Because, anyway, look, I saw last night that goalkeeper from Man City is going to Burnley, isn't he?
Ridiculous. He hadn't even played in the first team.
Nearly 20 million. And that is, I think that is a good example of when you go, okay, United, so why can't you sell players? That guy's going for 20.
There's no excuse why we can't.
Granted, he's not on the wage that some of these United players are on, all that kind of stuff, but nearly 20 million.
So he ain't even played in the first team.
Dean Henderson then, But looking at United should look at that and they should use that. When they're negotiating with Forest, they should say, right, there's a goalkeeper there, like you said, hasn't even played or whatever. Go for nearly 20 million. For me, it makes Dean Henderson 30. Minimum.
100%.
Minimum.
Really, you should say he's double the kid who's never played.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you should be saying he's 40. He's 39 million. But obviously that's not going to happen.
But then Forest will say, yeah, but Henderson's on like 100 grand a week or something like that. So
it changes. Exactly.
It takes our price down a little bit. But United have got to use that. United have got to try. United have got to come. We are desperate to sell players. Everyone knows that. But you've at least got to like be shrewd, like try and drive that, that price up. Because but I've got no faith in United to do that. I would be shocked. I mean, even the Zidane Iqbal one, I think there is a buyback clause. They were saying now, although that's quite heavily that's quite heavily disputed. Some people saying there is, some people saying there isn't. But still, it's like, And
also, like someone like Amrabat, who Manchester Evening News is saying Man United could be close to a 25 million agreement for Amrabat. It's players like that. Like if you could pick him up for 25, you kind of find that's basically Henderson-ish. That's when you're going into your life for or if Henderson and Telles leave, you've got 25 million between them two. So I think when players start leaving, the domino effect can happen. Because someone like Amrabat for 25 million, to be honest, we should be really trying to get him. I know we've actually got other priority. I know we've got that. We have to get this striker and stuff. But if he came, I'm looking at our midfield a lot differently. Amrabat, Mount,
don't get me
like
wrong.
we are that again. When I keep saying, when I keep saying like we need to have all these windows where you look back at the team and you can't recognize it from the old guard and there's like 3 or 4. This is how you do it. You just keep adding and adding, and before you know it, 3 windows later, you go, bloody hell! I'll tell you what. Look at this from June. What are we in now? 23. So Eric came 22. Look at this team now. It's 25. It's June 25. Look at the difference in the team from June 22. Wow.
And it's already like, after this window, you would think it would already look considerably different. I mean,
considerably different.
Goalkeeper, centre-backs in there, Martinez. Midfield's been completely overhauled. There's no.
He did that straight away.
Anymore. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you're right with the Amrabat one because we saw him play in the World Cup.
He's transformative.
Proper player.
We need someone like him. We do.
Even in that Europa Conference League final, he was good.
Yeah, and you know what? The quality of that game, when me and you were saying, was like, we can tell this is a Conference League game. The quality's crap.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. West Ham were playing rubbish on the counter-attack. Fiorentina were moving the ball quite well through the third because of Amrabat, actually, but lacked the real quality when it comes to the fight. It was a low-quality game. But you could tell the players on the pitch, or the player on the pitch, that was head and shoulders. And again, I am a bit biased. And like Owen said, we're all a bit biased because we've seen him in the World Cup. But because I followed Morocco from minute 1 all the way through the games. And every single game I went to with whoever I went, first of all, I was like, who's that stocky guy, the bald one? Oh my God. I kept saying it every game to the point where when it got like out of the group stages into the knockouts, I was like, I knew him fully who he was. I'm like, Amrabat's sick. He needs to come Prem. He needs to. I was like, he was against France. Oh, I swear, he was possessed. And actually, they went 1-0 down with a mistake, if I remember correctly. And for ages, they come out at half time and they just couldn't score. Morocco. They was putting it on them. And then I think they brought on Thuram, or they brought on one of the youngers. Was it Mueni? Can't remember who it was. They brought on one of the kids and he just ran through and scored. Someone will put it in the chat. I've been to so many games, you just forget what happened. But I remember that it changed again on the counter-attack. But I looked at him the whole tournament and a few others, even Bono I was looking at. I was like, bloody hell, he's all right. He's all right, that Bono key. But Amrabat was so good, so physical, good on the ball. He comes deep to the back 4 to collect the ball as well, so he can start attacks. Great in a tackle. And for 25 million, we can't go and get the young kid like Lavia for 50 million. It's out of our price range right now, and even he shouldn't even be that. We couldn't go and get Declan Rice. Obviously, we can't go and get Caicedo. For the market that we're in and what we've got, I would try and do anything to get Amrabat.
So you're saying actually by the player sales, that might be the one that we get through the player sales. You know what I mean? The thing is with United, I think they need to be, particularly now when we haven't got the goalkeeper, haven't got the striker yet. You remember there was a period of time with Arsenal where it felt like every transfer window, they just bought midfielders and they didn't actually address what they needed. For years, they were like, oh, we need a striker. Oh, yeah, we need a centre-back. We need a goalkeeper. And they just bought midfielders. We just need to be careful, I think, that we don't. And that's just, because you're right. If this was a normal transfer window and we had 200, 250 to spend, Amrabat comes up for 25 million. You go,
get him in.
No problem.
Get him in.
Easy.
But
it's just that you just worry, don't you, that I don't want to give the people that are there at the moment, John Murtaugh, Richard Arnold, I don't want to give them the option of them getting towards, the beginning of the season and going, or the end of the window rather, and going, Martial, maybe we give Anthony another go. Maybe we give him another go. Or they go, maybe we'll wait till January. Let's see what happens when it comes January. Maybe we'll get Ivan Toney or something like that. I just don't want them to give them that option because they might use it. They might. By the way, Flex, also, we've got over 2,700 people watching, less than 500 likes. So I say, get the likes up if you haven't already. Let's get to 500 likes. Also, considering let's try a madness. I don't even know if this would be possible. I don't know. We're trying all kind of madnesses this morning. We've got over 2,700 people watching. Now, I don't know. Statistically, at least a third of them won't be subscribers. You can see the subscription count on the top right-hand corner of the screen right there. It rolls over in real time. We're 260 away from 144,000. That is a lot of numbers to move in 18 minutes.
We can do it.
Imagine we got 144K.
We can do it live
in less than 20 minutes. That would be insane.
Right.
That would be doing kind of numbers that my tweet's doing at the moment. Yeah.
So, oh yeah. What's it saying?
The latest when it comes to my tweet is at the moment. You'll tell you what, there's a lot of responses. Shall I read through some of the responses that I've got?
Yeah.
I've got 114 likes. Some of the responses. Everyone's taking the piss. Today I feel Qatari. Any confirmation? Here we go. Some people said this is amazing. If you know, you know. Oh my god, it's happening. The eyes emoji. Yeah, I'm so excited. Tier 10. I'm lower than KG. Owen knows something is happening. I don't. You know what? I'm going to leave it as well. I was after the show. I was going to put the clip to say that. Oh, this was all thing. I'm leaving it to the end of the day.
To see, yeah, just to see by time.
Because if I'm right, imagine I'm right.
Yeah.
Imagine
mate.
I'm right.
Yeah, mate, you're goated. You're gone clear. Especially because you just came from nowhere. I just broke the news. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Someone said there. Sir Alex Ferguson says Amrabat ripping up the Conference League, and you guys won him at United. So Sir Alex Ferguson. Again, it's about looking at the whole picture. I saw the guy in the World Cup. Forget that. I saw him in the semi-final. Was that the semi-final? It was the semi-final. The semi-final against France. Yeah, and I saw him. I think Mbappe gave him a little. He gave him a little nutmeg first. Then later on, I saw him against Mbappe in a foot race. Yeah, and Amrabat just sprinted back, took the ball off him, and went. It was a wicked tackle. I remember like going, "Oh my god!" But again, it's about looking at the players that can step up. This is our problem. We're not in the market. I don't know if you've realised, Sir Alex Ferguson. We're not in the market, or we can't be in the market for the top players. And if someone's available for like 25 million, we've been screaming all the time, go and get value for money. That's like low risk, high reward kind of money, 25 million. Less than Donny. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on. We have to.
And if we're going to judge people based off that Conference League final, Declan Rice was rubbish against Fiorentina.
Yeah, because of Amrabat.
£100 million player.
Yeah. Let's get super chats out. Red Devils 99 first super chat. Thank you for the contribution. Appreciate that, Red Devils. Caleb says sell him to West Ham or Spurs. They're interested. Red Devils 99 says comments on teaser from Rio on the announcement. We did cover it. We said, look, Owen said, he's not doubting that Rio knows people. Rio definitely knows people. Of course he does. He's well connected. Yeah. We've seen it before. Obviously, Rio said it before when he was on the train platform, and then all that stuff happened that day. And consequently, that was about a month ago now, isn't it? 3 weeks ago, maybe a month. Nothing happened. It was supposed to be imminent and nothing happened. That's not saying Rio's lying. It's saying that whoever said that to him, it didn't transpire that way. And he said that there's going to be something today. So if today passes and nothing's happened, you're looking at the sample size building up of Rio and other people saying that something's going to happen and it doesn't. So hopefully it does. hopefully Rio's right,
I mean,
man.
David Hellier said in the interview of Uflex, he went, I've been told 3 or 4 times, wait till tomorrow, something's happening, and then nothing's happening. So again, it's not to say that Rio's
they are being told it.
Information. They are being told it, and then something doesn't happen. Again, the only comparison I can make myself in terms of a recent takeover is in the world of WWE. It literally came out on a Sunday that it was going to be announced on the Monday, and that did happen. And they were traded, and they still are on the New York Stock Exchange, and they will be in the future as TKO. So sometimes, and today is obviously the 4th of July in America, so the stock market's closed. Sometimes you do get the report that something's coming the next day or something like that, or in a couple of days. So that very well could happen. Maybe that could happen today, that someone breaks a big story, that something's happened. That's entirely possible, but I don't know. We'll wait and see. I think we are well into boy who cried wolf territory at this point, aren't we? With the whole takeover thing. So,
yeah, exactly. It has. The rest of the super chats goes as follows. Caleb says, Maguire and McTominay, we can get 40 mil each. We can get 40 mil for Maguire. Well, we should be able to. 40 mil for McTominay. I mean, if you look at the market, and McTominay's played I think he's played over 150 games. He might have played over 200 games for Man United. I think he has. Can you check that over?
I saw them say something that they were reluctant to let McTominay go because he was the youngest senior.
Yeah, the youngest senior. Yeah, and you
that.
need people like that around when you don't realise you do. That's why they'd rather let Fred go. Look, that's up to much of a much.
But it did say, look, if they feel like they can get a good offer, then they consider it. I think
he's played over 200
times.
Said he's played over 200. Is that just in the league though?
I don't know.
But he's up there anyway.
Over 200. That was in the league. Yeah, 200. 209.
So, do you know how I know it proves that the standard's fallen, you could say, but do you know how good you have to be? Or do you know what a statement that is to say you've played over 200 times for Man United? That's not like, I came through and I played a couple games and I couldn't really hold it. He's played over 200 games for Man United. Big Champions League games as well, and big games. So you want to put some tax on that. I know our tax is mad because of the type of people we're trying to sell, but it counts for something. But 40 probably would be a bit too high. I don't know if we can get 40 for McTominay. But
the comedian. Mr. The Comedian, you're live on United View.
You all right, mate?
Yes.
I'm just calling in because I thought you would have missed me.
Okay.
That's it. I was thinking, I'm usually on the show. I'm not on the show this morning. And I just wanted to, just for everyone to, not if you're having withdrawal symptoms from just my energy this morning. What's the general feeling?
Tell him that nobody's mentioned him the whole morning. No one's even put the words KG. No one's even typed it.
KG, we've got nearly 20. No, to be honest, nearly 3K watching live. Yeah, no one's put your name up.
In it though, no one said one. No one thought KG. No one said it.
Oh man, so you don't need any of my positivity.
Well, what kind of positivity do you want to bring?
Oh well, not to do the shameless plug, but you know me, I'm sharing my reckless thoughts with the world because I think the world needs it, and I've broken down how we can. I'm speaking about the Man United War Kitty.
Okay.
So when they get the chance, after they finish watching this, they can go and check it out. It'll be available.
Oh, yeah, so you called it to plug. That's what it was.
Oh no, there's not. There's more. There's more. I have done that as well, by the way.
I can't. This guy, I can't honestly.
No, then
he called up and went, "I've called up because I know you guys missed me. There's a video on my channel."
I'm fired. What is? How does this flex look unimpressed?
Hey, KG, have you seen my tweet this morning?
Oh, let me go and check it out.
Yeah.
His reaction.
Is it any good?
Yeah. Just go on my Twitter profile.
All right, I'm on the way. Owen. Damn, I follow a lot of Owens. Why do you not come up first? Damn, your algorithm is disgusting.
Well, you just don't really respond to any of my tweets.
I honestly can't find it.
Oh my god,
Do I have to tell you my handle?
He's a
No,
disgrace.
it came up. No, there you go. The pin. You didn't. Thursday.
See, let's see what he thinks by you just doing it.
What do you think?
You hate when people do this, though. Why have you gone and done what you hate?
Why do you think?
Have you been speaking to your friends?
KG, what friends?
I don't know. It's just, why have you done that? You hate when people do this, so why have you done that?
All I'll say is, go to the beginning of the stream and you'll figure out. I've got a first class degree in psychology. This is a social experiment.
You're such a prick. I can't wait to watch the beginning. But anyway, people,
tell him don't be late to
FIFA. You know, I've been able to plug my thing here. Does Flex look upset? Look at him.
No, Flex said don't be late to FIFA.
Oh, I'm leaving my house right now. Title charge.
He's not leaving. The thing is, he's not leaving his house right now.
No, he's not.
No, that's such a lie. I've got to make my daughter's dinner. So I'm gonna make a quick spaghetti, a stag bowl.
KG, honestly, you're worse than a taxi.
So why are you ringing? What if you've got that to do? Why are you ringing us?
You literally picking up the phone. I'm just leaving now. Are you? No.
Because I'm fully gonna make spaghetti for my daughter before I get out of the house. I gotta make the bolognese.
If that's the case, why are you on the phone with me?
I don't know. Just right, isn't it?
Ask him what Enny's doing right now.
What's Enny doing right now?
Oh, she's at school. But I'm just saying, I wanted to. Right. You know, when she comes home and it's simmered, it's relaxed, it's just nice. It's been basically just chilled in the pot.
I can't take it. He's not coming tour with me. I'm not bringing him.
You know what?
Flex just said you're not coming tour with him anymore.
I am. Oh, he can't stand me. He doesn't even understand. I've got a new, bigger red box.
Oh, no. I'm not sitting there. I'm not going with him.
He said he's not going. Separate flights.
That thing's so embarrassing.
It's going to be wicked. Everybody, don't forget to subscribe to everyone's channel.
Yeah.
Nah, go and unsubscribe from KG's thing.
All right. What do you call it? I'll see you at, what do you call it? Tell Flex I'll see him at shit. What time do we go live? I'll be there for 12.
All right, see you in a bit.
Bye.
What's wrong with him?
This is what I mean, yeah. When I see people in public, yeah, and like they big up the channel, they say, "I watch all the time, man." They're like, "And KG," but they go, "Where's KG, man?" And I say to almost every single one of them, I said, "Listen, man, I can't be with him all the time, so he's not. I'm glad he's not with me." And they're like, "Nah, you can't say that. KG's a legend." I said, "He is a legend, but trust me, you can't. He's too nuts." This is what I mean. What on earth was that? Why has he done that?
I don't know. And you know what? I've noticed this with him. He does this a lot, actually. That he'll say something with so much confidence, and you go, "Do you know that?" And he'll go, "No." So, for instance, "I'm just leaving now." "Are you?" "No, I'm not."
Yeah, he's just lying.
Remember when you were setting up? I think you were filming Flex and KG show a couple of weeks ago, and I walked in. I went, "Oh, have you saved that? Because you always forget to save it." He went, "Yeah, we saved it." And I went, "Do you know that you've saved it?" He went, "No."
Yeah, he just said it. He just said it out of.
Why did you say that? "Oh, it's going to be a kick clash." "No, it's not going to be a kick clash. Kick clash."
He doesn't. It's because his brain doesn't. He doesn't process anything. He just reacts off of emotion or just instant. Like he doesn't think about anything he says. It's just how his brain works. Caleb says, Witterbird says, "Can we not send the Glazers that want to see some green and yellow attire? Maybe get them to protest." That would be amazing.
KG, by the way, is in the chat. And he says, "I thought you would like a life update." Smiley emoji.
No, we didn't ask for. No, we didn't want that. No, we didn't want that. KG, take the spanner off his name.
Actually, take that
spanner off his name.
Think about it too. Yeah, he called into the show, and actually, he didn't say anything.
No, nothing about the ongoing. It was a life update.
What did he say? He
said, "I was ringing to see if anyone missed me." He rang. This was the agenda. I need to see if they miss me. I need to plug my channel, and I need to let them know I'm cooking spaghetti bolognese for Enny.
Yeah.
That's the only 3 things we took from his call.
And this is why I say people should follow him around with a camera all day and just document his life. Yeah, because so he's walking around maybe his kitchen. He went, I'm gonna call them.
Yeah, to see if they miss me and get them to subscribe to my channel, look at my video, and say that I'm about to cook spaghetti bolognese. Remove your spanner, man. I'm telling you. Tavislow, been a member for 12 months. Big up, man. OG says, big up UV fam. What a channel you have created. Just love it. Owen, we aren't selling players because they aren't registered as assets against the debt. And Caleb says, Amrabat we should get. Thank you for the contribution. Sheikh Ahmed says, imagine Amrabat next to Casemiro for those difficult games. Dribble under your own risk. Yeah, exactly. Sachiv says, get Amrabat, Onana, Kim Min-jae, who's already gone, and 2 strikers. Paul Ross says, unplayable, expensive wages, and not willing to leave. Phil Jones' legacy lives on. Yeah, it's like Maguire wants to be the next Phil Jones. And that's your first super chat as well, Paul Ross. So big up to you. Love says, be funny if KG rings you up after that tweet. Well, he saw it live, so otherwise he would have. And Sachiv says, off topic, what is the meaning of Funke? It's the name of the person, I think. In that funny thing that happened in that little skit.
You know what's funny? I've noticed with actually now having a soundboard is that for all of these sounds or drops or whatever you want to call them, they've all got their little sort of backstory. You know what I mean? And then when you actually hear them, sometimes in full context,
in the real context,
it seems so weird.
Yeah,
so weird.
I do know what you mean with that. It is. It fully is. Well, that was an interesting show.
Yeah.
They always are. You're always going to be interested, or you're still going to be. You're always going to be entertained here on United View. But we have got FIFA with Flex and KG later on. Title charge continues. I hope he gets himself there on time and tuned in and ready for the game. We've got the Flex and KG show as well tonight at 6 p.m. So don't miss that. I don't think we're off the mark, Owen, in saying that there's probably going to be an announcement today for Mason Mount.
I mean, it depends.
Rich Romano's claiming that.
Yeah, it could be today or tomorrow. I mean, it would depend what they want to do. I mean, it is 4th of July. I know that doesn't really affect us over here in the UK, but you know, sometimes with holidays just in general, they try to avoid them a little bit, don't they? Sometimes for announcement videos. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I'll be on standby ready. Yes,
exactly. So guys, take care. We will see you again later on during the day, of course. And enjoy. We're out of here. Peace. Nearly, kind of.
Well, it was. Yeah. Now, no, we're continuing to go on at this point. The music's playing, and now Flex, say peace.
Peace.